Is this chicken absolutely the most realistic vegan chicken so far? I think so. This is Meati. Meati is a mushroom mycelium based chicken. It's wild what they do. Look it up. But for now, let's get started on testing. I have 2 vegan chicken breasts. I have the Meati and the Litelife chicken. We are going to turn these into Popeyes chicken sandwiches and have my mom and dad try them. So the first thing that we need to do is make our buttermilk marinade. Now, a vegan buttermilk is incredibly easy. We're going to be making a cashew milk. I'm going to be using my plant-based milk maker. So if you make a mess, then you have a little snack. We're going to be starting with 1 cup of cashews and about 5 cups of water. If you do this in a blender, it's going to come out about the same. It's a little bit more of a mess than the almond cow. Unless you're tipping it forward to show you the button, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, let's just make this milk. So now we have about 4 cups of cashew milk. We have a little bit more, but that's all I really need for this recipe. We're going to be adding some vegan lactic acid. That's going to give it like a nice dairy taste, and it's also going to make it slightly sour. But we want to make it a little bit more sour. Buttermilk is pretty, soured. I don't know what other word there is. So we're going to also add some apple cider vinegar. Now we just want to mix that up really well with a standard size whisk. You can whisk in the general fashion or use my favorite, the light the fire method. Now just give it a try and see what it... No, I'm just kidding. That's going to taste really bad. But you do actually want to taste it to make sure that it has like a nice sour level to it. So I'm just going to grab a little spoon, give it a little touch of the tongue, just to see if we have that right bitterness, which we do. Now we just need to marinate our chickun. We're going to be adding our Meati chicken here to the left of the screen and our Litelife chicken to the right. We just want to cover them up with the marinade, the buttermilk, and then I'm going to cover them with a plate just so that way they're covered. And then we're just going to let them sit for about an hour. I don't know why I always like to show me making a mess, because it is crazy. Like, I don't see other cooking shows with the amount of mess that I have. Does it happen? I know some of you watch me. Are you making this kind of a mess and just hiding it? Like, what happens? So to make our Popeyes chicken sandwich, we need the Popeyes sauce. So we're going to start with some vegan mayo. Now, I like the Hellmann's vegan mayo. There's a ton of different vegan mayos, so just use the one that you like the most. That's going to make it the best. We need about 3/4 cup of vegan mayo, along with some garlic powder, 1 teaspoon, I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of hot sauce, a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon onions. I'm going to use these dehydrated onions. I think that's going to come out really good. And we're also going to be doing some salt, a little bit of smoked paprika, and lemon juice. Grab your abnormally normal size whisk and let's whisk this together. Now you can use the light the fire method, but you could see with a cup it doesn't really work too well. This is a thick sauce, so you're gonna have to get in there. Now this is just a question for me. How the heck do people move this stuff? I mean, do you use like funnels? This is like a thick sauce. Should I have like put it into a bag and like piped it in there? That would just felt wasteful. So I'm just like one little plop at a time gonna fill this thing up. So now let's just toss that in the fridge so that way all the flavors can get together and those onions will hydrate up. Now we have to realize that I made a mistake. I got a little excited with the marinade and I didn't really make a marinade. I just made buttermilk. I forgot the flavor of the marinade. That's the whole point of this. So let's go ahead and remove the chickun from the buttermilk mixture that we made and let's make this marinade more appropriately. Now that we've created an entirely new mess, let's go ahead and add some more hot sauce, salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and I'm going to be using some mushroom seasoning. Now, I've talked about this a lot in the past. If you don't watch me, this is the first time, welcome. Click the subscribe button. I hate doing that. Mushroom seasoning is a mushroom extract that is just like loaded with glutamate. It's kind of like a natural but not supernatural MSG. Go ahead, now we're just going to whisk that up. Decide that you want to add in a little bit more of the hot sauce, just pour in the rest of the bottle. And now we're just going to pour that over top of our chickun. Now this needs to sit for about an hour. So it's noon while I'm editing this video, so it's time for a lunch break. And today's sponsor, Imi. Imi is a new kind of instant ramen. It's low carb with only 6 grams of net carbs per serving, high protein to help you stay fuller longer, 100% plant-based because that is just awesome, and lower in sodium, which for me, being in my 40s, is something I take pretty seriously. They come in 3 awesome flavors: spicy beef ramen, tom yum shrimp ramen, and black garlic chicken. Lately, I've really been enjoying the tom yum shrimp, and I'll tell you, Imi loves when their customers customize the ramen, so have fun with it, go wild. And this is just like a good bowl of ramen. I don't feel like sluggish after I'm eating it. It's just high quality food. So gang, click the link below and use code SauceStache at checkout, or go to imieats.com/SauceStache for $5 off your order. That's imieats.com/SauceStache, or click the link below and use code SauceStache for $5 off your variety pack order today. Oh, and Imi is also proud to offer you 100% happiness guarantee. So that means you can try Imi risk-free and decide for yourself if Imi is
was worth it. If you're not happy with Emmy, they will offer you a full refund within 30 days of your purchase. Emmy, thanks for sponsoring today's video and continuing to provide me with some pretty epic ramen.
And now, with the magic of YouTube editing, it's been an hour. So now let's get ready to fry these. We're gonna fry them with some canola oil. You can use like a canola or peanut oil. I think both of those would work pretty well. We're just gonna get that heated up on a high heat to about 350 degrees. That's the magic number. While the oil is heating up, let's make our flour. Now we're not really making flour, we're just making our batter flour mixture. So we're gonna start with about 2 cups of flour, 2.5 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of paprika. Now, I'm always running out of smoked paprika. I feel like I need a smoked paprika factory or something, so I'm just using all the smoked paprika I have. We're also gonna be adding some crushed black pepper and even more crushed black pepper. You need a lot of black pepper on this. We're gonna add some garlic powder and again with more MSG mushroom seasoning. Now, you can use MSG, it's whatever you really like. I use either or, but mushroom seasoning does have like a really nice flavor to it along with that glutamate. Now, whisk that up and realize you need some more crushed black pepper. We want to physically see the little black pepper specks in the batter when we're doing this. Now our oil is at the magic number. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready to batter. Now with our batter, we're going to do a trick that I learned from Joshua Weissman where we just drizzle in a little bit of that buttermilk mixture into the flour. That's going to make the flour like really nice and clumpy and give some texture to the chickun when we fry it. So we're going to start with our Litelife chicken and we're going to do a double batter. We're going to do the same thing on both of those. So we're going to go from the marinade into the flour, back into the marinade, back into the flour, and then we're going to let that sit on a rack for just a moment, batter up your other breast, then throw those into the oil. Now these don't need to fry up that long. We're just going to fry them until they're nice and golden brown. Now remember, there's no chicken in here, so it's not like you have to reach a certain specific temperature. Once you see that they're at the color that you like, you're going to go ahead and just toast your buns, get them nice and toasty. Who doesn't love some toasty buns? Now to top this chicken sandwich, we're going to start with our bottom. Squeeze on a nice circle of the sauce, then throw on some pickles. These pickles I just made yesterday was like a homemade test. I wanted to see about like a pickle and red onion pickle, and it actually, man, it came out good. So these pickles are special, but use whatever pickle you like. Then throw on your chicken, a little bit more sauce on the top, bun, squeeze it together, cut it open with the wrong type of knife to really screw up the look that you were going for. That's okay. Here it is, the chicken. Now I want to see what my mom and dad have to say.
That's good.
That's good.
That is good.
Very good. Tasty.
It's tasty. So mom, you like that?
Yes, I do.
Now what they just had was the meaty chicken. The funny thing is my mom hates mushrooms. So now they're gonna try the Litelife sandwich. I'm curious what they think about this one.
This one's a little bit more chewier.
Which one do you think's real chicken? Now this wasn't the initial plan. I wasn't gonna say which one was real chicken. I just, at the moment, I thought, that might be kind of fun to see what they would say. I did this test because I just made a video where I made 9 different plant-based chickens, and I had a group of people, guess which one was real chicken. Now none of them were real chicken. Same scenario here, but I didn't think Meati got a fair shot on that video, so that's why I wanted to do this one.
I think this one.
I like this one here.
I like this one too.
Real chicken?
Yes.
Okay. Now at this moment, I just told my mom that the one that she picked to be real chicken was actually a mushroom.
It's hard to believe that it would be.
I mean, that's good.
It really is. And that's made out of mushroom.
That's just a mushroom.
You would not guess that.
Well, there it is. I think Meati got a fair shot on this one. I mean, I know it was only one versus another, but really it was, Litelife is a good chicken breast. It comes out pretty good. I would say that it's very lifelike. It's very realistic, but there is just something about that meaty mushroom version that it's mind-blowing to me. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. This isn't like an ad or anything for them, but this whole mycelium meat is the future of plant-based meat.